Dear international students, as you all know, fall 2024 applications are now open. So if it's your desire to get into school by fall of 2024, now is the time to put in an application. So get your statement of purposes ready and your transcripts and submit an application. Then I wanted to bring to your notice on how to make a strong study visa application. Dear international students, in this week's episode, we're talking about how to submit a strong study visa application. First things first, you need a letter of acceptance from the university or college that you applied to. Once you get admitted, the college or university will send you a conditional letter of acceptance. That conditional letter of acceptance means that you need to pay a certain amount to reserve your spot. That certain amount is attached to your tuition for the term that you're going to start. So once you get the letter of acceptance, when you pay for the tuition, you will get a receipt. That receipt and the letter of acceptance is what is needed to submit an application for a visa. The next thing you would need is your letter of intent. You're telling the government what you plan to do with the degree, what you had in the past, and what the career possibilities that you see yourself achieving in Canada. The next thing you would need is at least 4-month bank statement. Most recent bank statement. I have to specify that. Okay, the government needs to see that you have sufficient funds. The requirement now is 10,000 per study year. So if you apply to a 2-year master's program, you need to show proof of funds of $10,000 times 2 years if your program is 2 years. The next thing you would also need to show in your proof of funds is that you have the balance of your tuition in addition to your living expense, which is the $10,000. If you're coming with a spouse, it's an additional $4,000 times the number of years that you have to study in Canada. Avoid lump sums. When submitting a bank statement, if you deposited a lump sum, you need a letter of explanation to the government so they understand why the lump sum was deposited in your account. So, for example, you sold a property, you sold a car, and the money was paid into your account. You got to tell the government that this is what you sold, and that's why that money was deposited in your account. The next thing I want to talk about is if you have a valid English language test, you should also include that in your application because it fast tracks the application process for you. Remember, the English language test is only valid for 2 years, so if you still have a valid English language test with at least 6 in all the categories, then go ahead and include that. Good luck and all the best. Bye-bye.